Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith and I'm definitely excited today to be unboxing and checking out the two newest packs for the Marvel Champions LCG, which stands for Living Card Game from Fantasy Flight Games. Now, if you know nothing about this particular card game, it was recently listed within the top 5 of my latest top 25 solo games from 2019. Definitely want to check that list out if you're looking for games that came out this year and you're trying to figure out which ones the solo community believe are the highest ranked. This one fell into that list and is a great system to build upon. So these packs are something we can expect to see in the future with new heroes and new scenarios being added in over time. So what we're going to take a look at in this video is the Green Goblin scenario pack as well as the Captain America hero pack. And I did do a full Marvel Champions showcase on the channel, so if you have never seen the game actually played, you can check that out. I'll have a link in the top right hand corner of this video where you can go and check out myself as Spider-Man against Rhino. Now, next up, what we're going to do is flip these things over on the back, take a look at the back of these packs individually, and then we'll dive inside. We'll first start with Captain America, as that one has the least spoilers involved, because that's the deck you're going to actually be playing with. So there's not too much in terms of spoiler potential there, but there is potentially spoilers going on inside the Green Goblin scenario pack. So if you wish not to see those, you might want to stop before you hit that part in the video. I'll have timestamps for both of them, so you'll be safe either way. Let's start it off with Captain America. This 60 card hero pack includes one pre-built 40 card Captain America deck. Of course, this is going to allow you to play as Captain America. As well, inside the pack is 28 new cards that can be added to any other hero deck. This was a nice surprise with these particular hero decks or packs, because you're also going to get cards you can mix and match with heroes you already have. That's great for deck building. And then next up we have a nemesis set featuring the nefarious Baron Zemo. So when you go ahead and take out all the components inside this shell casing, of course, the actual back that we just read is still inside of it. You can choose whether you want to keep this or get rid of it. I'm going to end up keeping this just for reference later on, but I'll be getting rid of the shell casing. Inside the center here, we have, of course, Captain America, but as you pull this back or open it up, very similar to what you expect from Lord of the Rings, the card game, there are some instructions inside of this. We're going to go ahead and remove this out of the way and take a closer look at that pamphlet. Opening up that pamphlet, you're going to see on one side, it's just all artwork, and it looks absolutely awesome. We'll flip it over and take a look at the instructions that come inside this hero pack. So you'll see in the top left-hand corner of this pamphlet here, it talks about the hero pack itself, talks about everything that it comes with, and how to actually play your first game using Captain America. Next up down here, it talks about the leadership, and that's again going to be the focus of Captain America, because with his iconic shield in hand, Captain America is unrelenting in his desire to protect the freedom of others and is always ready to defend the innocent and retaliate against the guilty. Use a well-timed shield toss to take down multiple enemies at once, or rush into the fray with fearless determination and save the day. With leadership, with the leadership aspect, activate the Avengers Tower or Quinjet to call on Captain America's longtime friend Falcon, or the always eager Squirrel Girl. Once the team is prepped and ready, coordinate a powerful attack using Avengers Assemble to take down the villainous forces. So again, this whole area right here gives you some nice strategy and synergy between the cards as to how you can use his deck best. And of course, on the far right hand side here, we got credits and a bunch of playtesters that were involved with actually playtesting this hero pack. But that essentially wraps up the pamphlet. Quite simplistic. And of course, once you actually get into the game yourself, you'll come up with your own strategies on how to use this Captain America hero pack. And now we get to the fun part. We're going to take a look at the hero deck cards themselves. Feel free to pause the screen if you'd like to read any of the cards, as I might not sit on them long enough for you to be able to do that. But we'll go through them one at a time. Captain America right here, both sides, his alter ego as well as his hero side. Agent 13, and again, all the cards you're about to see are all the cards that comprise the Captain America deck. So Fearless Determination, we've got Heroic Strike, a handful of those. Shield Block, of course, using his iconic shield, his ability to toss the shield, hitting different opponents. Steve's Apartment, Captain America's Helmet as an upgrade, Captain America's Shield, Super Soldier Serum, a couple of those, Now we're moving into some allies. We got Falcon, we have Hawkeye, Squirrel Girl, Wonder Man, the Avengers Assemble. We're getting into events here as well. A couple of those. These cards, again, were mentioned during that pamphlet that we talked about earlier, so you're seeing some of those titles come back and likely pinging something in your memory there. Make the Call, a couple of those events. Strength in Numbers. These are leadership cards. The Power of Leadership. It's a resource. Quinjet, again, another card mentioned. Handful of those. Support cards. Mockingbird, got a basic one here. So again, some of these you're going to be familiar with from the core set and are typically in most of the hero packs, at least at the start anyway, like Strength and Genius, things like this. The Avengers Tower is a nice one to use here for Captain America. Honorary Avenger, there's a number of these inside the deck as well. Man Out of Time. So this is your obligation for, and this is a really big card. Probably a lot of you want to know what the obligation is for Captain America. This is it. And we've got right here, we're moving into the Nemesis Hit Squad. Baron Zemo. Hydra Soldier. And another Hydra Soldier. Hail Hydra. And we have a stop. The remaining cards are not part of the Captain America pre-built deck. So what we just saw was that pre-built deck. The player cards before this divider, as I just mentioned, is for Captain America. There's a deck list on the reverse side of this card for your reference. That's good to be able to put it back if you want to for the basic set of cards. In the cards after this divider, it can be used when deck building your own custom player deck. The rules for deck customization can be found in the Appendix 1 of the rules reference. So we flip this thing over, we'll see the Captain America's deck. Now I have cards like this in the core set for all the heroes that I currently have. And now we're going to see some cards to kind of basically be able to mix and match between things. So this one is for the aggression side of things. We got Enraged here. A couple cards for that. Actually, 3 of them. We have Followed, an upgrade that sits underneath Justice. We have Expert Defense, which sits underneath Protection. Has some awesome artwork there as well. We have Enhanced Awareness, a very cool looking upgrade. Basic card, it's a condition. You use it 3 mental, I said metal, but mental counters. And that is going to do it for the hero pack. Now we're going to move right into Marvel Champions, the Green Goblin Scenario Pack. And just a word of warning, what you're seeing right here is not spoiler territory, but once I actually unbox this thing and start taking a look through the cards, there could be something that you may not want to see in order to keep the scenario secret for yourself. So it's up to you really if you want to watch from here on in, but this is your final warning. After this, you're going to see cards as I dive into this pack. So it says on the back of the pack here, the Green Goblin Scenario Pack is an expansion for Marvel Champions, the card game, with 78 brand new cards containing 2 scenarios and 4 modular encounter sets. In one scenario, take down Norman Osborn before he uses Stark technology to manufacture powerful weaponry. In the other scenario, stop the Green Goblin as his goblin army from overrunning New York City. So both of those sound pretty awesome. So the major pieces inside the box once you pull out the components are 2 decks of cards as well as this pamphlet for the scenario pack itself. Let's take a closer look at what this scenario pack pamphlet has for us. The Green Goblin Scenario Pack is an expansion for Marvel Champions. It contains 2 scenarios, Risky Business and Mutagen Formula, and 4 modular encounter sets, a mess of things, Goblin gimmicks, power drain, and running interference. The expansion symbol looks like a pumpkin bomb, of course, and it says you can easily go ahead and be able to differentiate the cards from this expansion using this symbol found on the cards. Let's dive inside the booklet to see what else is in store. Looks like there's a few pages here. So the very first thing you're going to see inside the booklet is how to use this particular pack. So it's going to talk about the modular encounter sets themselves, talks about the document that you're looking at right now. Risky Business, the shield briefing. So you're actually going to get a briefing for these missions, which is quite cool, as well as some artwork there. Next up, we have the Risky Business rules section. So when the villain, I should say, changes form when the villain stage is defeated and when Norman Osborn attacks. Then we have when Green Goblin schemes, when revealed Green Goblin, when revealed Norman Osborn. Those are the major sections. Risky Business strategy tips are down here in the bottom right. This is for the Mutagen Formula scenario. So briefing for this again, going down to the bottom. And then over here we have the mutagen formula rules clarification section, mutagen formula strategy tips. Flipping over to the very back, you've got your credits, and that essentially encompasses the entirety of the pamphlet. Now let's go ahead and check out the very first pack of cards inside this box. You'll see this is the Green Goblin himself. Flipping over to the other side, we have Norman Osborn. There's a number of these cards inside. Again, knowing how these are going to work, you can see there's already changes here to the attack values, so different versions of Green Goblin maybe to go up against as you go through this. We've got the main scheme here for hostile takeover. We have another main scheme, corporate acquisition. State of Madness is an environment. The artwork is awesome looking already. Hired gun. A number of those hired guns are going to have to deal with. Private security specialist. Lots of them. Collapsing bridge. That doesn't sound good. And of course, these are the side schemes that always throw a wrench into your plans. Oscorp Manufacturing, number of those as well. Payoff is a side scheme. The Boost, Payoff again. All in a day's work. This artwork coming right out of that pamphlet we just took a look at. Got a few of those. Mad Genius. That is a really, really cool looking card. Great art on that one. Looks fantastic. Pops right out at you. Green Goblin right here, the villain. So taking a look at the one we looked at earlier is still the villain, but yes, other iterations of this guy. So interesting how this is going to pan out. We got multiple versions here. Of course, this is the actual stages within the game, of course, as well. For those of you that are like, hey, this is the stage, tell everybody this is the stage. That is the staging. We got 1, 2, and 3 right here you're going to have to deal with when playing against the Green Goblin. Unleashing the mutagen. So there is your main scheme. Another main scheme here, mutagen cloud. The Goblin glider, of course, that looks really cool. That's awesome. A vehicle. Condition, hysteria. I don't know why I said hysteria. It's hysteria. Pumpkin bombs, of course. You gotta love those pumpkin bombs. Goblin knights. Oh, they look really cool. That's awesome. Goblin soldiers, of course, to deal with as well. Goblin thrall. Very, very good looking artwork. That's just one of the 2 decks that come inside this pack. The next pack picks up where the other one left off with a Goblin thrall again. A number of them, actually. Quite a few of them. Wow. We got a monster here, just a straight up monster. That does not look good. We got ourselves a side scheme, Goblin reinforcements. Don't want to see that happening. Couple of those with changing requirements within those side schemes. Overrun. That also sounds like a lot of fun. Death from above. Yeah, I'd rather not. I see you. I still want to just stop and appreciate each and every piece of art here as I go through, but I know you guys are also wanting to read what's down below here because that's just as cool. But great job on this so far. Wicked Ambitions. Got a treachery cards in here. Goblin glider, tongue twister. Attachment. Got a couple of those. Pumpkin bombs again. And we got Spidey in there as well on that one. Intimidation. Lots of treachery cards. Regenerative healing. Obviously a problem. A mess of things. Side scheme. Scorpion. Gang up. Treachery card. Tail sweep treachery card. Another tail sweep. Power drain side scheme. Electro. It's a minion. Electromagnetic pulse. Treachery. Lightning bolt. Shock therapy. Oh my gosh, all this stuff sounds terrible. Running interference. Okay, yep. Tombstone. Whoa. That is aggressive. All tied up. We got an attachment here. Don't know why I'm twisting these sideways. They almost seem like they should be, but they're not. That's quite cool as well. Media coverage. And that is going to wrap up the unboxing for Captain America, the Hero Pack, and the Green Goblin Scenario Pack for Marvel Champions. Really hope this gives you an in-depth look at both of the packs and what you can expect to find inside. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.